Hello. So this evening I'm going to spend some time working on this Minidisc player. If you recall, this was one that came in the job lot that I bought off eBay a few weeks back. It's a really nice Minidisc player, but it's broken. So first of all, what's up with it? Well, the first thing that seems to be wrong is that it doesn't seem to read any discs. It just seems to spin forever trying to read discs. Like this. We could sit here all night waiting for this and it wouldn't do anything. So that's the first thing I want to fix. The second thing is, and this is something that I've noticed since I first tested it in the other video. Which way does this battery go? This way. It does not seem to work off battery power at all. And I know this battery works because I've used it in another Walkman. So I've tested the battery in this one. Let's just prove to the camera that this is actually a working battery. How do I open this? Like that. So as far as I'm concerned, that battery is fine. So we need to open up the Minidisc player, see if we can see anything obstructing the laser perhaps, and also look up the battery contacts to see if there's some corrosion or anything like that. So here we go. So the first thing I need to figure out is how to get in. I see a number of screws. I suspect that the ones on the bottom will release the back enclosure, the ones on the top will release the top. I think I'm going to have a go looking at the laser first, because if the laser doesn't work, then there's no point in looking at if the battery can be fixed. Maybe this one. Oh, I've just dropped one of the screws on the floor and they're absolutely tiny. I'm going to have to go look for it. Got it. That was fun. Just have a quick tidy up. Alright, so I'm expecting the lid of this to now come off. Maybe I have to open it first. Oh, Minidisc in there. Okay, so we've got a ribbon cable on the top right hand corner there holding this all together. So I'm going to have to be ever so careful here. Right. I've never been inside a Minidisc player before, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. I'm seeing more screws here. I can't see. Where's the laser? Laser's under there. Okay, I'm going to have a look at this off camera using my torch to see if I can see what's going on. I've had a good look inside and I'll tell you what I think is going on inside here. What we've got is this very fragile cage which just holds the Minidisc. And then we've got on top here, this is a magnetic reed head. And then on the bottom layer inside there, I don't know if you can see, in there is a laser. Now I knew that Minidisc was both optical and magnetic, but I don't know to what degree each of these things is used. In other words, is the magnetic head all that's required for the Minidisc to play? Is the laser lens there used only for recording? I think that might be right, but I think what I've got to do is go online and have a quick look around and see if the reed head is all that's required to play a Minidisc. That suggests that the magnetic head here may be defective, it may need cleaning, it may be out of line, I don't know. I'm also going to ask a friend who knows more about this stuff and see what she thinks. This is what's basically going on in a Minidisc player, and this is really fascinating actually. I didn't know this. When you record a Minidisc, it uses the laser on the bottom to heat the medium to what's called the Curie Point. And the Curie Point is the temperature at which a material loses its magnetic properties. At that point, then the read head on the top encodes data onto the medium, and when it cools down, it remains, well, semi-permanent. Now here's the twist. When you play back a Minidisc, it only uses the laser on the bottom, and I would expect it to be using the magnetic read head on the top. So that was a bit of a surprise to me. But what that tells me anyway about this Minidisc player is that it's probably the laser lens or the laser itself which is broken, because that would be the bit responsible for playing back the disc. So I think what we should probably do is try and clean the lens very carefully, probably using a cotton bud with some IPA alcohol on, but I'm going to have to be very careful because I could quite easily scratch the lens. I'm going to have another look on the internet as well and see how other people are cleaning Minidisc lenses. So, let's see. So I've just cleaned the lens using a cotton bud or a Q-tip if you're American, and good old trusty IPA alcohol. And I also noticed this rattling around inside the case. Now that is a small stone, or it looks like a piece of brick or something, but I wonder if this has been rattling inside and has scratched the lens, and maybe that's why it's not working, so hopefully not. Anyway, what we're going to do now is stick the disc back in and see if this now reads. Not looking good. It makes that funny noise when you tap it as well. Don't know if you can hear that. I figured out how to make it play without the top on. So the way we do this is we put the disc in, push this down, push this and this down, and then hit play. With the power in, of course. Oh dear. One of these days I'll remember to power things. Right, here we go. So that disc is now spinning. What I find interesting is that the read head doesn't move. I'd expect this to be moving unless it's already in the right place to read the TOC. The TOC is the table of contents, and that's like an index as to what's on the disc. I wonder if that's on the innermost sectors of the disc, in which case the head wouldn't need to move. But if it's not on the innermost sectors, then the motor would need to move the read heads out to the left. And I wonder if that's what's going wrong. So I might see if I can move the read head manually, and then see if it comes back to the middle or if it goes back out to the outside. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, to be honest. Let's see what happens. So there's the read head now moved over into somewhere in the middle. I wonder if it will move when we try and play a disc. That's not what I was looking for. There we go. And it doesn't move. I think this is our problem. I think... Ah, wait. Aha. Interesting. Ah. Track 1. Interesting. Okay. Let's just see if we can close this up. Now bear with me, I'll go and find an audio cable. So, pause for a minute. That's working. So what's happened here? I think what happened is the mechanical part that moves the heads back and forward had seized. I think I'm going to need to lubricate it to stop that happening again. Well, I'm assuming I'll be able to find the right kind of lubricant to add to the mechanism. Let's have a look at the battery now. try the metal one. I must be missing something here. The reason I'm having trouble getting this off is, well, twofold. I found another video where a guy takes this apart, and I'll put the link in the description below. He explains quite nicely. There's this, first of all, this plastic thing has to come off. The plastic sort of battery cap, if you like. The way that comes off is this piece of metal here needs to be bent up very slightly, and then once that's done, this just slides off. With that plastic on, the case will not open. The second thing is that the jacks on this side will hold the case on, so that means you can't lift it off evenly. You have to take off this side first. Let's try and do that now. Okay, and then we're in. Good. So what is there to see in here? There's our battery contacts. Are they looking good? Looks okay. Oh, battery detector there. This side has had some leakage. Wonder if I can clean that. Alright, first things first, I'm going to clean the contacts on both sides and then see if the unit powers up after that. Don't know if you can see that, but a lot of stuff has actually come off. Let's give that a quick go over again with this. I suspect, oh, there's more on the other side. Yeah, this is why you don't leave stuff, you don't leave batteries in devices, because this happens. And it's a complete pain, and it can damage components really badly as well. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Right, okay. So the battery sits like that. Interestingly, don't know if you can see that, it pushes back. Don't know if that's operating as some kind of switch. Maybe not, because there's already a switch here. Anyway. It still doesn't power up. Oh, it does. Okay. Fine. So that was easy. So I think what I'll do off camera is I'm going to have another go at this and just make it really clean if I can. All I've done now is just put it all back together, and we should now have a working Minidisc player. Let's see if we do. Okay, medium in. Alright, come on. Hey, that's looking good. Check it out. Battery's dead, but that's working well. So yeah, very happy with that. All I need to do is find the right lubricant for the mechanism, and then I think we'll call that finished. Okay, well, thanks for watching. See you in another video. Bye.